What's up, everybody, and welcome in to another edition of the Sit Down. As always, if you enjoy this video, please make sure you hit that like button. Let me know what you think of today's discussion in the comment section below. If you're new around here, you just haven't done it yet. We're living on a rock and seeing this video for the first time. I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe button below now so you never miss another sit down video. If you're watching us currently live on YouTube, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Make sure you say hello in the chat box to the right of the show. What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? It's Tuesday, and it's not Tuesday. It's Monday. How's everybody doing? Hope all of you are having a great start to your week. It is Thanksgiving week, and in the basketball world, we call this Feast Week. There's a lot of games going on in college hoops. We got the NFL game on right now. I got the Chargers and Ravens, but we're going to talk a little organized crime tonight. I hope you all are here and ready to rock, have some fun here. Got some things I want to do tonight. I want to talk a little bit about Ronnie One Arm, who arrived back in New York already. He was released Friday night. He is back in New York. I want to just talk a little bit about that. And really, I think talk a little bit about what we're not going to see from Ronnie One Arm. I also want to talk about Dominic Cicale a little bit. I saw he did a video recently that I got a kick out of. I want to talk a little bit about that. And I want to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving as well. Thanksgiving is a great time of the year. And I have a question for all of you guys. So stay tuned on Thanksgiving. Let's say hi to some folks. Thomas, $2. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate that. He says, what is the over-under on a Ronnie One Arm mob podcast? Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Ronnie One Arm is very sick. Ronnie One Arm's in his 70s. I'm sure he doesn't even know how a computer works. Ronnie is a guy who, and you know, I've tried to talk about this with all these guys, right? And I know that we talk a lot about the current mob here, and there are a lot of guys that they get out of prison and they head right back to the streets. That's all they know. But there are certain situations where you really get some luck on your side and you just want to live your life for the last 5-10 years of it alone and out of that world. And there's a couple of reasons why I think Ronnie One Arm is a guy who I think is really just ready to get out and see his grandkids and his kids. And he's got a couple of sons that are really supportive of what he's doing. And as I said in the video that I did on Ronnie One Arm, I know beyond a reasonable doubt that family is not happy with the other family. I think if you're Ronnie One Arm, you got to say, well, look at what they did to my son. You know, my son and I gave a lot to this family, and I gave 20 years of my life in prison for this family. And what did they do? You know, all the guys that I know are, you know, for the most part gone. You know, I guess there's a few out there still, but Ronnie's a guy who he's going to be under supervision for the next 10 years. It would be very hard for him to move in those circles. I guess you never say never because these guys are gangsters in the end. But, you know, from what I know, and I've talked to all sorts of people very close to that situation. He is in really bad shape. You know, Ronnie can barely, you know, I don't think he's even able to walk at this point. He's in a wheelchair. He's legally blind. I mean, he's not well. It's not like he's in his 50s like he was when he was on the street. This is a different Ronnie One Arm. Now, anybody that knew Ronnie One Arm, I think anybody and everybody that I spoke to about him, whether they were informants or not, all said the same thing about Ronnie One Arm. Very feared person. A guy that people didn't even look at the wrong way. Very feared. That's the truth. But when you're someone like him, I think you're really just looking to get out and keep the spotlight off of you. And Ronnie One Arm's not he's not built like coming on a podcast and crowing about it. He ain't going to do that. He did 20 years in the can. He ain't going to come out and talk about it. Ronnie is a guy that they don't make many of anymore. But he's just going to be under such scrutiny that it'd be hard for him to do anything in that life. Not that I think he'd ever be in it anyway. And as far as we know, his own son is not even in life anymore. His son has moved on in his life, and he's trying to have a better life for his family, which I've got to commend. And I wish him all the best. I wish his son all the best. You know, I think anytime someone gets out of prison, no matter if they're in the mafia or not, everybody deserves a second chance. And the federal government believed that Ronnie One Arm deserved that second chance. And who am I to say I don't agree with it? good for him. I'm happy for him. I don't know him, but I wish him all the best in all of this. So no, I don't think as far as the over under, I think you're more or less saying what's the percentage and likelihood that we see it? Pretty low. Guys, I want to before we get into some things here, I want to shout out to a dear friend of mine. As all of you know, one of my, I guess, only friends in this genre, because this is a very cutthroat genre. There's a lot of bad people in it. There's a lot of disheartening scumbags in this genre. But there's one person that I commend and I'm a close friend of. Him and I think we could agree, helped each other a lot in our careers on here. We came in around the same times, and I owe him a lot. I think he'll say the same thing about me. And he's become a dear friend. This is a guy who lives literally 5 minutes away from me. And it's funny because when I met RJ Roger, I remember it's going on 3 years now. I contacted him. I'd seen some of the stuff that he was up to on Black Handprint. And I said, wow, I like this channel. I'm going to reach out and introduce myself. So I reached out to him, and he ended up giving me his number, and we were chatting a little bit more. And I said, wow, you have the same area code as me. Where do you live? And he tells me where he lives. And I'm like, holy shit, you live like 5 minutes from me. Just sheer chance. And then I found out like we know a lot of the same people, and we have the same interest and love for a very interesting history. And he's become a dear friend. He came to my father's funeral. I mean, I owe him a lot. He's a good dude, and I'm really happy for him and proud of him. I urge everybody, his book is on sale tomorrow, and I know he's worked tirelessly on this. I urge everyone to go check it out. It is called The Don 36 Rules of the Bosses. And I want to read you a little bit about some of the things being said about this. For readers of Machiavelli's The Prince, Sun Tzu's The Art of War, and Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power, a riveting history of the Mafia in America, the undeniable sweep and power of the five families and their Machiavellian strategies, all condensed into an electrifying guidebook for understanding and harnessing the Mafia's philosophy of successfully rising within any hierarchy. And I urge you to check this out. 272 pages. I know he is very proud of it. I know he's worked hard on it, and I'm really happy for him. And I wish him all the best with the book. I urge all of our friends here, if you're a fan of mine, you like what I'm doing, go support RJ. He's a tireless scholar. He's way more of a philosophical guy than I'll ever be. In fact, I think sometimes I make RJ look bad. RJ is everything in a man that I am not. I have my own flaws. I know that. And he's about as eloquent as it gets. And, I think looking back, I'd kill for his eloquent nature. I don't have that. We're not built the same. But maybe that's why we're friends, because I think we even each other out. And I'm very happy for him and his success, and for him and Michael and everything. So please go check it out. I'm going to drop the link here in the chat. Go check it out now. If you order it today, it'll be in the mail tomorrow. You can get it on audiobook, Kindle, really wherever you get books, you can buy it. So please go support it. And I thank you for it. Joe Root, what's going on? Hey, mate, I hope you're doing well and your family waiting to watch your show here from the land down under. All the best. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate that, bro. And all the love to you as well. If anybody out there would like to support our channel further, it would be greatly appreciated. Please hit that super chat icon, little $ at the bottom of the chat box. You can also support us by hitting up our Cash App, and we won't beg. We'll just ask. We're not going to jump off if you don't donate. Feel free to show some support and support what we're doing here. It means a lot. Jojo Christmas, what's going on? By the way, guys, I got to ask. Thanksgiving to me is the best holiday on the calendar, in my honest and humble opinion. And here's why. Number one, you don't got to give any gifts, right? Number two, you get the best meal of the season, of the year. And be honest, we only eat Thanksgiving dinner once a year. So it tastes so damn good, doesn't it? Nothing is expected of you, really. It's on a Thursday. You got the weekend, a long weekend if you're out there working. And to be fair, the night before, it's a great party. Thanksgiving is awesome. I love Thanksgiving. I got to ask you, what is your favorite part of Thanksgiving as far as food is concerned? What's that one thing you've got to have and have a lot of it? Let me know in the comments. I need to know. Let me know in the chat right now. Jeff, hope all is well. Happy holidays. Same to you. Thank you, Chad. What's up, Mr. Melancholy? M. Ray the boss. What's good? What's up, M? And by the way, guys, these are a little different than our normal shows. And I have a brand new show coming out tomorrow. And I got to tell you guys, look, I put in really good research on every video I do. This is, to me, a show tomorrow that I put in a ton of work. I looked into so much as far as background information. I went into records, all sorts of different things. Not that I don't always do that, but tomorrow's video is about the oldest living mobster alive today. He is 101 years old. He is a person who I think over the last 15 years, I think is just kindly retired, and he's living out the rest of his life day by day at this point. But he has a fascinating story, and it got me thinking today about, I think, one of the really saddest parts of this little world of YouTube that we're in. It's that we will go without hearing stories from people like that. I mean, think about this. This is an individual that was born in 1923. 1923. It's probable that no one in this chat right now, we have over 260 people here. It is probable that very few, if any of us, will live past the age of 95. If we do, and if you do, salute to you. I hope you do. I hope I do. But think about that. This is a person who, for 70, 80 years, has been associated with that 5-letter word, mafia. I mean, think about the life, the stories. And now he's just living out the rest of his life. And you would think when he went out to the store, he's just another little old man. You guys are going to like this one, so make sure you check that out tomorrow. This is, though, different. This is a live show. So if you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Same to you. How about them equals? I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, look at this. Jason Diamond, $49.99. My man, I really, really appreciate you, bro. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Thank you always for your very giving donations. It means a lot to me. Thank you for always supporting me and enjoying what we're doing here, Jason. Someday I hope to meet you, my man, and I thank you a lot. I'm going to Tampa next week, folks. December 2nd, I will be there. Looking forward to it. I got some things I got to do. I'm doing a pretty big interview that I'm excited about. It's not an interview that I'm doing. It's a show that I'm going on. So I'm excited about that. I'll let you guys all know when it's out. They Love Brooks says Ravens Nation. Well, it is a 17-16 game, and the Baltimore Ravens are driving. So that's good news if you're a Raven fan. It is 3rd and 4 coming up. Thank you for staying on top of the news. I always look forward to the show. No problem. Thank you, brother. So I guess hey, Frank, how are you? I guess to answer kind of what I was saying and kind of ending that, I think for me, I think it's clear Ronnie One Arm is a guy who is just looking to get some time on the outside, which he now has. And I think he would just kind of fade into a normal life. And he'll have a lot of interesting stories. From what I know, he was a model prisoner. He did a lot of really good things behind the wall. Got college courses. He was a very well-behaved person. And everybody deserves a second chance. So hopefully he keeps it and does well with it. T-Dub, I finally caught you live, Jeff. You're the best in the business. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Scott M, what's going on, Scott M? How you doing? Pedge Tattoos, what's going on, Pedge? Jeff, just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. All the best. Thank you, Doreen. I appreciate that. And same to you. Hope you have a nice Thanksgiving. 5 Italians sitting at a table. The Fed will indict them. Yeah, maybe. Jeff, this is very neat. What is? Well, thanks for watching. Ruby says, you kiss ass. What? You kiss ass? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm a kiss ass because I'm shouting at a friend of mine who wrote a book. Shut the fuck up, will you? Don't get me annoyed. Justin Mason. What's going on, Justin Mason? Well, somebody wants me to drop the link. So let me drop the link here. Bear with me a moment. Let me share the screen. I don't want to share the screen. I want to drop the link. What the hell am I doing here? We've got someone that wants me to drop the link. So without further ado, I will do that. There's the link. Pasta Patate. What's going on? Nagone. What's going on? Soretti. Shout out to you. Okay. Ruby says, where they're locked up, you talk your shit. When they're free, you kiss ass to coattail. Are you speaking English tonight or what? Maybe that's another language you've not decoded in this world. What the fuck are you talking about, Ruby? Amen. Amen. 48 Laws of Power is a great book. Yes, it is. Dan Tundis. What's up, Jeff? Have a good Thanksgiving. Same to you. Thanks, bro. You're a loudmouth coward. Well, thank you for watching, Ruby. Appreciate that. Thank you for also being subscribed and supporting what we're doing here. We really appreciate it. It means a lot. It's very important that we have people like you watch and supporting. It's very, very appreciative. So thank you. Thank you for always being here and being such a supporter of me. Thank you. Thank you so much. You got to love these folks. You got to love these folks, man. All right. Looks like we have our guest here. Bear with me one moment here. I just want to do one thing. I forgot to turn the subscriber only mode on. So I'm going to turn that on. Bear with me a second so we can allow people like Ruby can fuck off already. What's up, Stevie the Gypsy? All right. Let me bring on my friend here. He's a published author and most likely a bestseller at some point. Hey, RJ, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, I just popped on. I got on a little bit late, so I was playing catch up, but I'm caught up now. But I just wanted to pop on and say thank you. I mean, I really appreciate stuff you just said. That takes a real gentleman, especially to say that kind of stuff publicly.
Well, not a problem. I meant a lot of it. You're a good friend, man, and I'm very proud of you and happy for you. Hopefully, it is a huge success, which I'm sure it will be. And I urge everybody to go check out the book and show some love. I mean, you worked a lot on this. I know you've been kind of building your entire existence on YouTube around this. So very happy for you, man.
Well, thank you, brother. If anyone on here knows anyone on this genre, the only person who would know other than Michael is you. So, I mean, it's been a long time, long thing. 12 years of my life I've been putting into it. So I really appreciate you. And you know how this thing is. It's hard. A lot of this stuff with these content makers, it's all competition. It's all, be jealous of your be jealous of your friend, be jealous of the other guy who's winning, who's beating who. So, I really do appreciate it. And I saw the guy on here who left a comment that said, you're a kiss ass or whatever. And that's really a lot of the problems. That's why this genre is the way it is. No one's allowed to get along, because if you do, you're kissing ass.
But RJ, that's the thing about you and I. RJ and I don't, like, we fight. We fought many times about things. There's a lot of things that I do that RJ doesn't agree with and so forth. But one thing that I've noticed is people in here,
we never talk about it publicly. So what's different? Me and you have had a lot of back and forth, but nobody knows other than me and you. That's the way it's supposed to be. Not everything is made for everybody to talk about.
No, so, and that's 100% right. And that's what I was looking towards talking about. We are people who, in this genre, we have to, everybody, if you don't agree with somebody, you don't like them. There's a beef. Someone's going to run. Do you hear what this guy said? People are going to disagree. And I think that's how we know we're not dealing with a lot of normal thinking people in this genre. A lot of these people just they can't disagree about anything without going crazy. But there's no disagreement here. I think, as I said, I would kill to have some of the eloquence that you have. I surely don't have that, but you do, and you've always been very philosophical. I think a lot of people miss the Black Hamper Mafia discussions, and I think they're going to get a lot of them in the book that you wrote. So,
yeah, the book has a lot of it. I always said that, like, you were like, if I didn't take like 3 content makers, I always looked at like you were like the storyteller. Like, you can tell a story that's a beginning, middle, end, captivating story. OC Shorts, I looked at him like he was like a researcher, just a guy that knew how to get into the deep, get in deep, find these, like, certain files that no one else had. And then I looked at myself more like I was more like a theory
yep.
based content maker. I never claimed to know the most. I just like the more psychological elements of it. That was a lot of the stuff that I made.
And I think that's why, like, we do talk a lot about the negative of this genre, but I think that's some of the good thing about this genre is there are a lot of people who do all sorts of different things, different types of videos, bring different types of content, and that's something that I think we all do a good job with. I also will say, I wanted to ask you in terms of the Mafia. I was just talking about how, I think the saddest part of the Mafia genre as a whole is that there will be so many stories we never hear. In a lot of genres, you hear from people, right? They're willing to come out and speak. How many people have died and will die that we'll never hear from? And that's the sad part about the Mafia genre. What makes it so difficult is, what's really brutal is you shouldn't have to listen to me, someone who has never been in the Mafia. I don't know what it's like. I'm proud that I can talk about this stuff and people actually listen to it. I don't really know that much. I just do a little bit more work than other people do. It's sad that you have to find people like me and RJ to tell you these stories. It would be cool if I was just talking RJ about tomorrow. I'm doing a show on the oldest living mobster alive right now, right? And he's 101 years old. Now he's probably retired, but think about the stories. I mean, could you imagine? It's very sad that we'll never hear these stories.
But what's hard for a lot of people that want to come out and talk, because I'm not going to say no names, but you've talked to many people that people would be very surprised to know some of the people that you have spoken with that no one even could even imagine. But they won't come out and talk because we have created a audience base that is so ruthless that to just tell a story, you have to worry about being called some of the worst names and attacked. Have people taking pictures of your family and posting them and coming. It's really a sad thing because it could just be an interesting history that we all get to hear cool stories about. And I kind of just stop there. A lot of times you got people so angry about things that don't even relate to them. They're angry about something that they read in a book by someone they don't even know. They have this like hatred of people because of that person's life. And it's just I'm not sure how far this genre can go because it eats itself. And hopefully, I don't think it can, but it would be nice if people just had a little bit broader of maybe a little more open of a mind and just listen to the story. And that's it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have some harsh moral judgment because, and I said this before, this is the last thing I'll say, but I said this before, that we're talking about the Mafia and we have to always remember that. We're talking about the Mafia. To bring moral judgments into the Mafia history, it's kind of a strange thing because you're talking about an organization that preys upon society. You're talking about an organization that extorts businesses and kills their friends and has sold drugs for 100 years in this country and have done a lot of bad things. We can't forget that. We have to remember it's the Mafia, and bringing a moral judgment into it is a little strange to right-minded people. You talk to just a regular working Joe, he thinks it's kind of strange That's why we push out the intelligent minds, because an intelligent mind, a balanced thinker, is not hearing this. Don't make any sense to them. So I think that's why we have lost so much viewership here. But that's a whole nother discussion.
I think you're 100% right. I think I remember when I first came into this genre, I used to have a certain way of thinking. And I think as you get older and as things happen to you in your life, you realize that, you're right. And you also hear a lot of people in this genre and in these comment sections that think that they can just say whatever it is they want to say. And, I can call this guy a rat and that guy a rat. Listen, just because you're an informant doesn't make you any less tough. Okay. It doesn't make you any less legitimate. Look, Sammy Gravano, for instance, he killed his friends. He was in the mafia. He wasn't a Boy Scout troop leader. I think sometimes we do cast weird moral judgments to these people.
But even on a broader level, the guy who cooperated is not less than the guy who didn't cooperate but killed a whole bunch of people and did a whole lot of bad things.
Right.
And it's kind of silly to try to look at this in a way like, okay, no, that's the bad guy, that's the good guy. But, what a blessing that people, or maybe I shouldn't call it a blessing, because maybe that's the wrong word choice. But if you're into the history of Cosa Nostra in this country, what a great thing to have someone like Michael DiLeonardo, whose family goes back to Sicily, 120-year history, and the mafia. He has stories from his grandfather. His grandfather was around the founder of the Gambino family, Salvatore, Dotto d'Aguila. He was around Lucky Luciano. He was there fighting in the Castellammarese War. Michael grew up in his house. The scar on his face, Mikey Scars, the scar came from a dog biting his face when he was running in the house with blood coming down his cheek. Joe Colombo reaches in his pocket. Joe Colombo takes his handkerchief and hands it to Michael as a little boy to wipe his face. He was in the house with Carlo Gambino, Jimmy Brown. It's in your honor for these viewers to be able to hear him speak. It's in their honor to have a man like that talk. And you want to come into a comment section and attack somebody, and you should just be so happy to have a guy like that willing to talk to you. And by the way, for free. You're on YouTube. We got over 5 million views on YouTube, over 100 shows that we gave out for free.
And this is where to me, like I almost feel this way about even myself or you. Like you and I talk all the time about the time it takes to put these videos out, to put and there's just I've always been fascinated with this, how much negativity there is with free content, with people that are doing stuff for free. And you just pointed out, I mean, just people that have been through things that none of us will ever experience, and they're trying to share it for free, and they even have to deal with negativity. It's fascinating. It's a fascinating world we're in here. I couldn't agree more.
So I know we got a little off subject because maybe I overthink it a little bit, but to me, as a guy that finds this interesting, if you really find this subject interesting, you should want people to talk. You should want people to tell you stories. Sure. I want to learn as all that I can learn and hear all that I can hear. And, I'm not going to change it. All I can do is when I do speak, I always say it. Hey, guys, can we act like gentlemen? Can we open ourselves up and be a little bit more philosophical? Can we be a little bit more diplomatic? Does everything have to be F you, F your mom, suck this, suck that? Can we act like human beings that were raised by human beings and not something that crawled out under a rock? Can we act like humans? And it's an embarrassment. I told you before, I don't even tell no one I do mob content. I say I do a true crime podcast because it's embarrassing to see the stuff. I don't want someone to come on and even know I'm a part of something that has so much ugliness to it.
Listen, I feel your pain, man, and I agree with you.
It's no pain, brother. It's a good life. I mean, listen, it can always be worse.
I get what you mean. I just mean, like, I get what you're saying. It can be really exhausting. But as I've told you before, for as bad as it can be on here at times, I've met so many cool people. You know, there's a lot of good people in here that have supported me, have supported what I've done. They supported a lot of us, you know, and I think that's the one thing maybe we don't talk about enough. It is a cutthroat world here on YouTube, and everybody beefs with everybody, and always everybody's got an opinion. And I will say, while you're on here, because you knew what happened, I do want to comment, if you don't mind. I do want to comment on a recent show that was put out where my mental health was talked about, and another show took it at liberty to talk about it. They made some jokes about it, and that's fine. You know, they're gonna have to live with that. Yeah, I definitely did go to a facility. I wasn't Baker acted. I wasn't made to go to anywhere. I went there willingly. I recognized that at one point in my life, this past August, I had to deal with some things in my personal life. I was dealing a lot with stress. I think some things got ahead of me a little bit, and they asked me, "Hey, you want to go in?" I said, "Absolutely." I went in for a couple of days, and looking back, I mean, many months later, it'll be something I remember my entire life. Did I need to go there and stay there for 5, 6 days? Probably not. I wasn't Baker acted. I wasn't ordered by the courts. I never faced a fucking trial. But this is what these people do. This is the soulless people that you have on here. People that will belittle people's mental well-being or their physical well-being, and try to spin something to something that never happened. I'm not upset. If you want to say I'm a crazy guy, go ahead. You want to say I'm in a straitjacket, go ahead. It doesn't bother me. I talked about it. I hope if there's anyone out there struggling with something, they go get help with it. You wouldn't believe the things you can get from going to something like that. And I've learned stuff that I'll take my whole life. And I'm a work in progress, just like anybody else. So that other show can say what they want. I'm not going to respond about it. That's just all I'm going to say on it. So yeah, I did go somewhere, but I wasn't criminally ordered to do anything. I wasn't Baker acted. I wasn't ordered through a court. My mother didn't call. Like, I live alone. Okay. I went. I didn't even know I was going to go. They gave me the opportunity. Hey, you want to go? I said, yeah, I do. And I went. So, but you know, in lieu of what RJ just said, this is what people do. They take certain situations and they know that there's very little else they can say about me. So they bring stuff like that up, all because of why I said something they didn't agree with. So that's all I'm going to say on that. RJ, I'm happy for you. I wish you all the love and best with the book. I think it's going to do great. And, you know,
Well,
salute.
listen, man, thank you for what things you said. I really appreciate it. And to everybody who's listening, you know, I really would appreciate anyone who wants to support the book. It really is a good book. It's not one of these cheesy things that I sat down on a computer for 90 days and just typed some crap up. You know, I really put a lot of my life into it. You know, I started it when I'm 27 years old. I'm 39
So this
years
isn't
old.
self-published.
Well, this one is. I published. Now I did publish three. I'm a three-time self-published author, and I give a lot of respect to anybody that can write a book. Writing a book is very, very hard. Even if you never publish it, just writing a book is very hard. It's easy to start a book. It's hard to finish a book. But anybody that can do a book, it takes a lot of work. But no, this book here is coming out through a Manhattan through a publisher
I
called
was just
Penguin.
making a joke, RJ. You're actually getting money to do this book, which is pretty impressive.
Well, the money part has a lower value to me than the part of being able to see it the whole way through. And I hope people take the time and check it out because you really got something that I put my life into. Like I really put my life into it, and I put myself into a lot of stress and a lot of fight, and to see it the whole way through. And again, I started it when I was 27. I'm 39 years old. Comes out midnight tonight. So it was a really long process, and it was changed me as a person. Uh, Told me what life's about. Woke me up as a man. Showed me how to see the world. So anyone that wants to support it, thank you. I really would appreciate it.
Yeah, I dropped the link and keep killing it, man.
Thank you, Jeff. You go ahead and have a good rest of the show. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you jumping on. Everybody, go check out RJ Rogers' book. I dropped a link in the video comments. It'll be money well spent. People ask me all the time about books. I'm giving you some options here, folks. Couple of people on here dropping their favorite Thanksgiving things. Turkey. Yeah. Listen, turkey's just a good part of the meal. Is it my favorite? No. Prime rib and lasagna. Obviously, people eat different things. That's not on my list. We don't eat that, but I get people eat different things. Sweet potatoes, absolutely. A lot of people have those. Yeah, that I would agree. This is my favorite as well. Some folks are Mexican. They may eat different things. Everybody eats different things. So I guess it's a dumb question. Salmon, that's not a part of my menu, but I get everybody's different. Cranberry. Yep. A lot of people like cranberry. That's good. That's good. I would like RG to do a book with Michael. Maybe that'll happen. You never know. Yeah. Pies. That's a good one. All right. Is it Larry Dentico from the Genovese? Yes. That's who it'll be. Have I ever done a show on Nicky the Crow? No, Frank, I have not. Maybe at some point I will. Genovese crime family, Frank. All right. Somebody says something about a salad. What is that all about? Okay, Jeff, I bought a bunch of cherry tomatoes. How many would you put in a large salad? Would love your thoughts. Thank you. I think it's just one of those handful type of things. I don't know. Do what you do. Do what you feel. I don't know. I'm not a cook. I don't cook stuff really. Mario Fiore, no. Someone's already said it. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Jesse Roth. Thank you. Hope you have a great day. James is from Scotland. Love your shows. Thanks, James. Appreciate that. Hit me up. You're in Tampa. Hit me up. We can grab a drink. Oh, I didn't know you were in Tampa, Pedge. Yeah, I absolutely will. I'll be there a few days. I would love to link up, bro. Absolutely. Lawrence Dentico was born in 1923. Yes, he was. And let me tell you something. His Wikipedia is fucked up. It is not right at all. Didn't Chad Marks have a hand in getting Ronnie Trujillo out? No, that was Tommy Reynolds. Big play for the Ravens. Looks like they're going to score again, and they're going to go up 30-16. That should be it. Ravens playing well. Michael says, "What's up? Hope everything's going well." Same to you. Queens, New York's in the building. What's up, bro? Same to you, Robert. If anybody would like to donate, feel free to hit that super chat icon, little dollar sign at the bottom of the chat here. I'm a little behind in comments, but I'll get to everybody. Jay Casenza. What's up, Jay Casenza? How tall is Ronnie One Arm? He's pretty tall. I think he was like 6'2", 6'3". He's pretty tall. Would I release the Menendez brothers? Yes, I absolutely would. John says, I'm from Ozone Park, Howard Beach. Great show. Keep up the great work. Ronnie was loved and feared. True, real gangster. Glad he is out. He's already out. He's not getting out. He's already out. Mouth of the South. What's going on, Mouth? Kev. What's up, Kev? Same to you. What's up, Spider? Good stuff. What's up, Andrew? What questions do we have tonight, guys? Feel free to drop any questions that you might have. Dan Vajnovich. Hey, Jeff, great show. Like your mob content. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Ronnie One Arm is home yet for the holidays. Yes, he is. He'll be home in time for Thanksgiving. You got to love that. 343 people in here. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button. Sounds like you have a mutual respect for each other. Yes, we do. Absolutely. It's okay to disagree on things. What's up, Chiro? The problem is in this genre is when people don't like each other, they can't just leave each other alone. Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, I guess I really don't know, like, why not like people? Like, there are people that I don't really like in this genre, but, like, by me coming out and saying it, like, what does that matter? Like, I'm never gonna meet these people. Like, who cares? Yeah, people are way too interested in this whole internet thing. Like, they spend way too much time worried about stuff. Beefing gets people views in this genre as well, so some people purposely egg it on. Yeah, I mean, there's a certain segment of this genre that all they do is beef with each other. No, it's not. Mr. X, you're a weird dude, man. You know Mr. X. I know who Mr. X is. Mr. X is that fucking weirdo John Wolf. He's been blocked, so don't worry about him if he's been bothering you. He's blocked. What else do we have here? Why did the cranberries turn red? Says Alley Shades. They saw the turkey dressing. Funny. Karma's undefeated. What goes around comes around. Education changes an individual for the good. Always invest your education. Yeah, I've thought about that. Hey, Gennaro Boots, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well, man. Exactly. Don't praise cooperators. Stop. Stop. Please. You're a fucking grown man. You're not in the mafia, Snake. You're not in the mafia. The whole thing of you don't like informants is fucking stupid. You're not a criminal. You're not a mobster. You're not a gangster, Snake. It's enough. Who wins in a street war? The Hells Angels or the Mafia? The Hells Angels for sure. Case closed. What's up, American Made? What's up, PDAX? Philly Strunes, do me a favor, brother. Just don't talk about other creators, man. Just let them do their thing. I understand that there are shows where people don't like each other. Just Philly, do me a favor. If you enjoy our show, just do me a favor. Don't talk about other creators. Just please keep that stuff out of here. There's a lot of us that appreciate the history, but the negative loudmouths stand out more. Yep. That in Italy says you did an entire show on John Panisi's mental health, and now you want to cry foul when other people do the same to you. How is it not hypocritical? No, I didn't have a problem with anybody doing a show. I had a problem with people saying that I was committed when I wasn't. And to be fair, yes, when you're talking about ghosts and things like that, if I said that, I'm sure people would say the same thing. Stat in Italy. Maybe you didn't listen correctly, idiot. I have no problem if you want to talk about mental health. Go ahead. If you think it's going to upset me, it's not. I'm happy with what I did. I just didn't want people to lie on me. That's all. But Stat Italy, thank you for watching. Appreciate you. I know you're always in here. Another fucking low life piece of shit who wouldn't jump on this show right now if you had to. And again, where at any point did I have an issue with anybody talking about my mental health? I talked about it. I did an episode on it. Everybody knew about it. I just didn't get committed, and I don't want it to be made that I did. There's a difference between being committed and not being committed. Maybe you didn't listen when I said that. That's a good point, Shiro. It's funny that people in this genre talk about mental health too, because it's like, I mean, not for nothing on the whole John Panisi thing. Like some of the things he's doing, I said he should go to a place like that. I think it would probably benefit. Like, there's nothing wrong with going to somewhere like that. It's people that don't go to places like that. Yeah, this genre is very bizarre. Great job, Jeff. Much respect on getting help and sharing some of your story. Thanks, bro. Mob True Crime, what's going on, Mob True Crime? Keep up the solid work. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Hope all is well, man. What's up, Mark? Yeah, Mark, I appreciate that. And yeah, check out Frank's new channel. 52 topics with Frank Pierlino and NYC Crime Spot. What's up, Aldo? How are you, bro? SL Gordon 3, 1999 says stuffing. Thank you, SL Gordon 3. And thank you, JC. SL Gordon, $20. I love stuffing as well. You know, it's funny around here. You know what we call it? Filling. That's what they call it around here. That's an Amish thing. They call it that. Banana cream pie and pecan pie. Pecan pie I would think. I've never had banana cream pie for Thanksgiving, but agree. Julie, you're very brave, Jeff. Mental health always comes first. Thank you, Julie. I think my mental health will be just fine around you on a regular basis. You're very sweet. Thank you. Julie's a nice lady. I always like when she's in here. Thank you, Julie. If that is your name, thank you. No, I'm just kidding. I know it is. Thank you, Julie. Jeff, did you hear about what happened with Biz? Yes, I did. That's very sad. What a fucking joke, man. That's really fucked up. For anyone who doesn't know who Biz is, Matty R, what he's talking about here. So there's a guy who used to work at Barstool, Paul Bissonnette. He was a NHL hockey player. He has a big podcast called Spittin' Chicklets, where he talks about NHL hockey. And from what I understand, he was jumped in a bar by 6 people. Really fucked up. I hope he's doing okay. I met Biz a few times. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met, truly. I always enjoyed being around Biz. He was always a guy who you would never have known he was an NHL pro hockey player. He was just a kind, good guy. Was always nice to me, and I wish him all the best. I hope he's good. All right. Gene is shocked that Ronnie is getting out, caught him off guard. Well, yeah, I think it caught a lot of people off guard. You're skipping Thanksgiving? I don't know why. Do I know anything about Boy George, the Bronx gangster? Yes, I do. I did a TikTok on him a while ago. Got a lot of views. Free Thinker, what's going on? Joey Frake, speaking of our last video, has anyone heard from Cookie since he informed? All right. I don't know if I should respond to this question. Let me just say that I know where he is, and I've attempted to contact him, but he didn't return my calls. So, yes, I do know where he is. I know who he is. I know what he does for a living. I know who he is. I know exactly where he is. But, I'm not going to, I would love to speak to him. I had a connection to him, and I know where Cookie is. He's pretty easy to find. And I know he's doing really well in life, so I wish him all the best. If he'd ever like to speak to me, I would love to speak to him. All right. I bet Ronnie One Arm is going to be loving Thanksgiving dinner. Could you imagine how good that meal is going to taste? Listen, I'll relate this to when I went away. I was away for 5 days. And the one thing about going to one of them institutions is you can't leave. So I'll tell you the story real quick. So when I got there, it was on a Saturday, and I didn't know how strict these kind of places were. I thought it was one of these places where, like, you just, you can call people and go on the phone. It was a lot like jail. There were no cell phones. Like, the doors were locked. Like, I had to stay there for a certain amount of time. Like, when you went in, you had to stay there, right? And after a certain amount of time, I could leave because I wasn't court ordered to be there. But I went in on a weekend, right? So I remember going in there, and in the building that I went to, there were 6 different sections in this place. There were the adolescent wing. There were the older, like, mentally, like, people with developmental disability wing. There was a co-ed wing, which is like people that have eating issues and things like that. And then there was like a sociopathic type area, like for like younger people, younger males. They put me in that wing. It was, I would think it was 400, I think it was called, or 300. I was in there for 30 minutes, and I'm like, what the fuck? If I have to stay here for like any period of time, I am going to go crazy. And it was bad. Like, when I say, like, I'm glad those people are inside somewhere where they can't leave, they then come in 30 minutes later and they're like, hey, we put you in the wrong dorm. We're going to take you to the other dorm. They take me to the co-ed dorm. When I tell you guys, it was one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done. I mean it. But there's one thing I noticed when I got out of that place. The food was really good. Like, it was super good. If I could go there and eat lunch tomorrow, I would. I remember when I got out, food for like the first couple of meals tasted really good. So I'd have to feel Ronnie One Arm's going to have a great fucking meal. Great fucking meal. All right. Bro, you even bullshit about people's heights when did you ever meet Ronnie One Arm? Jeez. I don't know who you're talking to. I don't think you're talking to me. I don't know. I don't know if people are talking to each other in the chat. Who knows? A person can have his opinion and not like informants. Okay. I guess. I'm guessing Ronnie Trucchio was kept out of the life. I haven't heard of him until recently when I read he helped get his dad out. Yeah, he's not in the life. No. Have I ever been to Chicago? Yes, I was in Chicago once. It's a great city. Really enjoyed it. Special K, what's up, Special K? How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. Good to see you too. Hope all is well. Appreciate that, Pedge, and get in touch with me. I'll see you down in Tampa. Same to you, Robert. Thanks, Chad. Well, I've never been scared to ask for anything. I think Mikey Scars said it best. These guys like Sammy kill someone's loved ones, and it's like digging their body up and killing them all over, make the families go through the grief again. YouTube creep. Well, yeah, look, but I mean, he is a mobster. I agree though on that. All right. Hey, Nagone, what's going on? Thanks, JC. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's fucked up, isn't it? I don't know anything about him. I don't know anything about him. Cookie is out in the open. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Tevrin Narcisse. What's going on, Tevrin? How you doing, brother? My first bid? Yeah, a little, somewhat. This toxic genre is terrible for mental health. Nothing wrong with taking steps to better yourself. Everyone should see a therapist from time to time. It's a good thing. 100% right. And you know what's very interesting? Do you know how many people see therapists? You know what? I think what's so funny is it's coming from a guy who, you know what? I'm not even going to talk about him. Life comes at you sometimes. And thank you, Chris, for that. Life comes at you sometimes. I'm not going to talk about my father, okay? But it was very difficult for me, okay? My dad was 58 years old, okay? It's been a year. But I had trouble with it. And I'm not going to feel bad about that. And shame on any of you for, especially people who, one of the people that said it is a person who's been to rehab. He should know about all this stuff. But I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to respond much more past that. I'm me, and sometimes things are easy and sometimes things aren't. Good point. Jeff, love you, but the two experiences are not comparable whatsoever. Leave it to this fucking stupid genre too. And now everyone will go, Nadu thinks he went to prison. Shut the fuck up. A touch of gray, you stupid fucking idiot. When the fuck did I say it was? I said there were two things similar. You stupid fuck. Holy fuck, man, these people piss me off. I gotta chill. Holy fuck. Leave it to these people. Someone will always find something negative to say. Always. Henry James, I'm happy to see you, bro. One of my favorite people. Thank you, brother. Thank you. This is why I didn't bring this to YouTube. This is why we did a podcast episode on this like weeks ago, and I got no negative entertainment from it. It was all great. But leave it to these fucking idiots. Yeah, prison is not the same as going. No shit, Sherlock. But you're in a facility and you can't leave until a certain time, fuckhead. That's the same. Holy shit, man. Thank God I never went to prison. You're right. Raul Farrow, 99.99. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Always showing us love. Jason Diamond, Raul Farrow, JC, all you guys tonight showing love. I appreciate it. Thank you, Raul Farrow. You're always coming in at the right time. You're always coming to it at the right time. I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen that, but no. I mean, in that unit it was. The one unit I was in for a half hour was. Thanks, Chad. Yes, he got out. What's up, Paulie Walnuts? Yes, they are. I just can't stand these people. They're so fucking dumb, some of them. Holy shit. Yeah, it's not the same as going to prison. Yeah, no shit. I'm aware of that. But it's different than going to a fucking resort in fucking Antigua, you fucking idiot. I'm aware of that. Hey, Chris Archilla, thanks, man. And I'm sorry for your loss, man. And yeah, it is about my life. And you know, the thing about it is, like, I never had to talk about this. I could have never brought it up and no one would have ever known. But, you know, I'm a person who is open with my life. And I think if it can help one person, then it worked, you know, and I'm okay with that. So all right. I'm still dealing with grief from losing my parents. It's super hard, especially during the holidays. Yeah, it is. That's a great that's a great point. Holidays is always hard. You know, and remember, Brooke, I mean, if you ever need help, and there are grief groups out there and different folks that can help you, and don't ever be afraid to ask. Yeah, I'm 35. David, you rock. Keep up the great work. Thank you, David. Fuck that dumbass, he says. Thank you, David. David Iconomopoulos. I love my Greek friends. I have a Greek friend that I'm going out with on Wednesday night. Good man. Shout out to the Greeks. Oh, look at Julie. I love Julie. $9.99. Mrs. Nadu coffee day. Well, thank you, Julie. And I'll do that. Thank you, Julie. You're the best. I love Julie. One of my favorites. You're very kind. Joey Watts says, "What's up with Michael Rocafort? He disappeared." Now he's still around. He's still around. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna do Frank a solid. I'm gonna put Frank's channel here in the chat box. You know, you guys know I'm a big fan of Frank Fiordolino. I want to put his channel here in the chat. Everybody go check it out. 52 topics with Frank Fiordolino. They're up over to almost 1,000 subs, so go check them out. There's the link. Go subscribe, everybody here. Everybody subscribe to that channel right there. Everybody go subscribe. We got 360 plus in here. Everybody go subscribe. Everybody go subscribe. What else do we have going on tonight, guys? I'm going to hang on for as long as you guys want me to hang on. So feel free to drop any questions that you might have. And I really appreciate it. No problem, Frank. Everybody go subscribe. Guys, let's get them up to 1,000 subs tonight. Can we do that? Can we do that? Let's do that right now. Let's get these guys to 1,000 subs. Everybody in here, go subscribe to this right here. Click on that quickly. Quickly. Leave the show for a moment. Click that, go subscribe, and come on back. Let's see if we can get them to 1,000 subs. Let's see if we can get them to 1,000 subs. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Let's get them to 1,000 subs. Everybody go subscribe. Go subscribe to this right now. You're going to get info and videos from a man who is close to a lot of interesting people. So go check that out. 52 topics. Everybody go subscribe. Let's see if we can't get to 1,000 for those guys tonight. Already up to 820. Let's keep it going. We got 180 more subs. Let's do it. Come on, guys. 180 more. Go subscribe. Go subscribe. Go subscribe. Come on. I'm going to drop that a couple of times here. What's up, Paul? Hey, Eric Foss, I got your text. I'll hit you tomorrow, man. You got it. Getting therapy on your own is something that should be commended, not criticized. It's not always easy to confront demons. If everyone got therapy, the world would be a better place. Good luck, Jeff. Thank you, Chris. And I agree with you on that, man. There's always things that we can do to help ourselves, and I think the world would be a better place. Some people sure do need it. Already subbed. Well, good. Everybody go subscribe. Everybody go subscribe to this YouTube channel right here. Right here. 52 topics with Frank Fiordolino, up to 830 subs. Okay, 170 more. At least we can get you some subs tonight, Frank. That's pretty good. Yeah, build a good library. Build a good library. That's all it's about. It's all about the numbers. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to, people. It's all about the numbers. That's what it comes down to. All right. Louis Zephyr says, it's been a while. I suffered a stroke a while ago. It's been keeping me up. I've been keeping up with your show. I've been dying to comment against all these haters. Why all the negativity? You do a great show. I appreciate it. Well, we only do it for people like you, Louis. So let's not worry about them. I hope you're well. I hope your health gets better, my man. And if I can do anything for you, please let me know, okay? I wish you all the best. Thank you for your kind words, man. I really appreciate it. Everybody wish Louis well, Louis Zephyr. By the way, I saw Dominic did a video recently on Michael Mancuso, and he was calling him a washwoman and all this stuff. And Dominic made a point to discuss the content creators who talk about this stuff like we know what we're talking about, da-da-da-da-da. And I don't think he was specifically talking about me in particular. I think he was more talking about another individual. But he basically said that it's wrong that we discuss active people when he was just discussing an active person who allegedly ordered a beating at a funeral. And he was knocking on people that get people indicted because we talk about them. Then in the same breath, he was talking about Michael Mancuso, who may have ordered a funeral beating, which he was never indicted for or anything. Got it. Didn't understand that, Dominic. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit further. Dominic is a funny creator. I like his content. I wish he would post more. But I was curious about that, Dominic. In one instance, you're telling us that we're wrong because we talk about active people and we put cases on them, yet you then talk about a guy and attempt to put a case on him. We do know that Dominic does not like Michael Mancuso. That is one thing we all very much well do know. But I don't know. I thought that was funny. But shout out to Dominic. Mob True Crime. Thank you, Mob True Crime. $4.99. Jeff, just block. Don't waste time. Naysayers, beta, simp, gossipers, or mental trolls. Success kills them on the inside. They don't know you. I agree. And I do. I saw a guy was chatting shit about you, and I got rid of him. Don't come in here and talk about people, man. You know, listen. We all know there are people that don't like JC. There are people that don't like Gunsmoke. There are people that don't like Lee Cole. There are people that don't like FBS. There are people that don't like whoever. That has nothing to do with me. Okay, just take that up with them if you have an issue with them. I agree with that. That guy is nuts. He was breakdancing and rapping in the WITSEC units. You're talking about Dominic. Fair enough. I wouldn't know. Jeff, happy Thanksgiving. My last Dominican girlfriend needed therapy. Man, she was on demon time a lot. Oh, that's Dominican girls for you, bro. 2025 is approaching fast. I can't believe it. Yeah, me either. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? All right, Frank Fiordolino is up to 835 subs. Everybody go subscribe to the link in the comment section that I already dropped, please. It would mean a lot. We want to get those guys up to 1,000. Somebody just emailed me and said, I'm trying to get you a gift on YouTube. Fix it. We spoke briefly, but it won't let me buy a gift on there. Fix the accidental block. Uh, I don't think I blocked you, man. That said, I mean, you could send money on Cash App if you have it. Yeah, they are. I feel like our chat's winding down here, folks. I feel like our chat is winding down. This is great news. Next week we were free Vinny Basciano. We push back. You didn't do anything. Let me tell you that, Pied Piper. You didn't do fuck all. We push back is a fucking joke. It's a fucking idiotic group of fucking misfit fucking clowns who don't know anything. You didn't do anything for Trujillo. Stop acting like you did. You got a lot of balls coming in here and saying next week you won't free nobody. Nobody worries about your stupid fucking bullshit fucking army. You guys are a bunch of fucking misfit clowns. Fuck, we push back. And Dominic Crea, that fucking clown, all these people. Fuck them. Fuck them. We push back. Against what? What are you pushing back against? Shut up. I'd love to know. What we push back? Against what? You're a fucking group of fucking people who live in fucking 1-bedroom apartments and work at fucking Lowe's. What the fuck are you talking about? We push back. Shut up. We'll free Vinny. Let us know when that happens, okay? We'll be waiting. You didn't do fuck all to free Ronnie Trujillo. Yeah, I'm sure it was handing out flyers. I'm sure that did the trick. I mean, imagine the tone deafness of these people. We will free Vinny Basciano. Yeah, I'm sure you will. We're looking forward to that. Thank you, Chad. Chad supported 52 topics. Good. This Wednesday, it'll be on my uncle. Very interesting. I'll be checking that out. We Push Back is supported by a giant rat. Yeah, I'm not sure who you're talking about there. Tone BC is trying to donate. It's not letting him. You're not blocked, Tone. I know that. It could just be your channel. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on, man. I'll have to look into it, but I don't. You're not blocked. I know that. I don't know. Dan says I didn't realize Frank had a channel. Well, now you do. See, Frank, we can get you new subs. How about that? Let's do it one more time. Let's drop the link one more time. Everybody go support 52 Topics with Frank Fiorellino. How would you rank the crime families from powerful to least? Today, I'll go Gambino, Genovese, Lucchese, Bonanno, Colombo. What's up, LOL? DG, I just tuned in. Well, thank you for watching, DG. I want to thank everybody tonight for the super chats. Thomas, Jason Diamond, Mob True Crime, SL Gordon 3, Julie, Mob True Crime, and Raul Farrow. Thank you, Raul Farrow, and everybody else. I appreciate all of you. We are pushing back against people like you, Jeff Nadu, you perv. Yeah, perv. Got it. Perv. Good one. Do you have any paperwork on that? Pied Piper? Of course you don't. Some people would love a 1-bedroom apartment and Lowe's gig. No offense intended, I'm sure. Well, yeah, but remember, these are people that are lowlifes. These are people that pretend they're something they're not. You ever have Chuck Zito on the show? No, I have not. That's true. That's true, SL Gordon 3. They have the power to take away dozens of views from John Panisi. Good point. Good point. SL Gordon 3, or sorry, Snake 499. Thank you, Snake 499. Best content hands down. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. All right, Mr. Melancholy. What's with these we push back weirdos? Listen, I'm not gonna say anything more about those people. Let them do their little fucking whatever they do. What is your Cash App? I can't find it in the description. I just put it in the chat box. $ Jeff Nadu sit down. $ Jeff Nadu sit down. What's up, Frank? Thank you, brother. Thank you, DG. I try. Thank you. And thank you, Kevin Weiss, for whatever you donate. That's very cool of you, man. It's always cool to get Cash Apps too, man. That's it's pretty exciting. Julie says, I'm grateful for you and your work. Thank you, Jeff. Happy Thanksgiving. And thank you, Julie. Thank you for always being so kind. You're one of the nicest people in these chats. You know, a lot of folks are. Jessie Ross, she's a nice woman. There's a lot of nice people here. And that's the good thing about this whole bracket we're in here. Jojo Christmas. Thank you, brother. Like Matt Cox said to me, if you're on YouTube and not getting haters, then you're not doing something right. We just LOL at them. Losers who don't have big interviews or prospects in life don't matter. Well, you're not wrong there. If you're on YouTube, for sure, it doesn't matter. Kevin Weiss, thank you for the Cash App, my man. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you, bro. Thank you for the support. Always appreciate that. Same to you, Frank. Cooking with South Philly. We've already talked about that. And again, we actually, let me bring it up. We actually talked about this 2 months ago, actually, cooking. It's not a big thing. I mean, I guess for someone like yourself, you know, that's something you make fun of people for. But you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I went and got help for some certain things, but I wasn't committed. But yeah, if you want to make fun of me for it, it's all good. Do what you got to do. Jeff, have you ever done a show on J.R. Russo? No, I haven't. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I hope you all have a great evening. I'm going to jump on out. I appreciate everybody for joining me tonight. Thanks to RJ Roger for coming in and checking out the show and talking to us a little bit about his book. Everybody go check that out. Thank you to all the people that supported us here tonight. It was absolutely true, but I wasn't committed by anybody. I went on my own. It was a willing thing that I did. I have to pay for it. I mean, it wasn't court ordered. Okay. Same to you, Jojo. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving. I didn't bet anyone in this game. And I will see you all again real soon. I got a new video coming out tomorrow, 3:00. So make sure you check that out. It is on a very interesting topic. So make sure you support it and show love. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.